Good morning, people. Good morning, blood. You know, man's got the tea on the go and them thing there, you get me? You don't know the vibes, blood. Like the thing, share the thing, comment on the thing, and subscribe to the blood clot thing, you understand? 11 a.m. blood. I might start running these, blood, I'm not gonna lie, fam. Throughout the summer. Because when I go Jamaica and Tenerife, this might be the way forward still. Run a little live in the morning. You get me? Whoever's awake's awake, blood. It's one of them ones there. But I am awake, blood. I am live and kicking. Well, I'm not live and kicking, blood. You get me? I've been up for time. You understand? I've been up since 7:45, blood. But I'm still tired, fam. You get me? School running them thing there. I've been outside already, blood. Enough for you. Some of you lot probably at work. Some of you lot probably just woke up, blood. You get me? I remember them days when I could sleep until I wanted. Now, boy, you get me? I don't have that. I don't have that privilege no more, blood. You understand? When they wake up, I wake up, blood. It's one of them, fam. You get me? Man said, when are you going on vacay, bro? August, blood. Because I gotta wait for the youth them to finish school. And the wife as well, blood. You get me? Respectfully, Truths, why do your streams take time to start when the notification comes? Pause. Because, like, I'll go live, but I'll give it like 2 minutes. Make sure that the connection is good. The Wi-Fi is all good. And then, boom, we'll go live, innit? I don't want to go live and the connection's shit. The thing's lagging. The thing's blurry. You know what I mean? So, for that reason is why I don't go live straight away, blood. You get me? Imagine I come up and the thing's like, you understand? Yeah, you have to pause, blood. Big man thing. Man like Ray. What are you telling me? What are you telling me, blood? I'm just seeing what the chat's saying before we get into this. Pause. You understand? You have to pause, blood. You get me? I had to time out man like James Patrick, blood. I said, if you're not a female, do not call me that name, blood. You understand? That is not masculine, blood. That is not Troops TV behavior. You understand? You know what I mean? That is not Troops TV behavior, blood. Real talk, blood. You understand? Man can't be giving you lot. You know what I mean? Dead content. Man all bought the mic earlier in the season. You get me? The camera's 30. Everything's 30, blood. You get me? No, man can't complain about my thing, blood. You get me? Man can't complain about my thing, blood. A man said I'm debating going on loan to Villa this year, especially if we sign Conor Gallagher, blood. Well, I do have news, blood. You get me? I do have news, blood. Let's start in order, innit? So, Bruno Guimarães. Now, obviously, we all know about Bruno Guimarães, Brazilian international. Done really well since he's gone to Newcastle. Let me get his stats, blood. Bruno Guimarães transfer. Where is it? There it is. All right. So, yo, why is this thing pulled up in flipping in Portuguese, blood? Brother, I can't even read that, blood. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So last year he made 37 appearances in the Premier League. Where's it gone? 37 appearances in the Premier League, 7 goals, 8 assists, 9 yellow cards. You understand? So he's very aggressive. You get me? We all remember when we played them at St. James's Park, the way he was taking off our players' head tops, blood. It was a mazza. You get me? We need that kind of battler in the midfield, blood. You understand? I'm all for signing Bruno. You get me? But wasn't the Bruno to City? Wasn't that's why I read that weeks ago. Yeah, but today they're saying the Evening Standard. Well, not the evening. Yeah, the Evening Standard. They're saying that here, look, let me show you. This is what they're saying. Remember, these are just rumors, isn't it? That's why I said plotting. You see how I've got the commas, you know what I mean? Because these are just rumors, blood. So boom. These men are saying Arsenal appear to have Bruno Guimarães back at the top of their transfer wish list, of their summer transfer wish list. The Brazilian midfielder has been strongly linked with a big money move to North London over recent months, along with Newcastle teammate Alexander Isak. Football Transfers now report that Arsenal are back on the trail of Guimarães amid frustration in their long-term pursuit of Martin Zubamendi at Real Sociedad. They claim the Gunners are plotting a huge player plus cash offer for the 26-year-old who has a £100 million release clause written into his latest 5-year Newcastle contract signed in October. Zinchenko, Smith Rowe, Lokonga, the other striker, and Partey are apparently among the possible contenders for a part exchange deal. Now, when I look at the players involved in the part exchange deal, yeah, out of them players, I would be willing to give them the other striker and Lokonga. You get me? I wouldn't give them a mil. I wouldn't give them Partey. And I even wouldn't give them Crybaby. You get me? Because Eddie Howe might play him in midfield and he's all right in midfield. At left back's where he goes missing. You get me? At left back is where we don't want him, blood. You understand? So for me, it would be Lokonga and the other striker. I'd throw them two in the bag straight away, blood. And be like, cool, there's two. You got a striker and a midfielder that you can work with. You get me? Because obviously Lokonga ain't gonna go in there starting a lineup in it straight away. No chance. It'll probably be Willock if Willock don't leave. Because Willock's still there. So you understand? That's who I would be willing to get rid of. These are just rumors though, innit? So I just take it with a pinch of salt, blood. You understand? That's why I put the commas on the plotting. You get me? Because, bro, every flipping day is a different fucking rumor, blood. You get me? And I can't take none of them seriously until I see like proper people talking about it, blood. Proper people reporting it. When I'm seeing newspapers and them thing there, I'm just like, all right, cool. This is something to talk about. You get me? Because Bruno would be the type of player that I want us to sign, blood. You get me? A midfield of Bruno, Odegaard, and Declan Rice that can attack on all fronts, blood. You get me? That can attack the Champions League and that can attack the Premier League, blood. You get me? The other players we're being linked with, apart from Fofana, he's the only one that I would say, all right, cool. You go straight into the midfield. Man like Anana, he's backup, blood. You get me? He is better than the players we have for backup. So Lokonga, Fabio Vieira. Well, I'd give them Fabio Vieira, blood. Why isn't Fabio Vieira being put into this conversation, blood? Fabio Vieira's like, how's he got out of this, blood? Because it's Zinchenko, Smith Rowe, Lokonga, the other striker, and Partey. How has Fabio Vieira weaseled his way out of this, blood? Or are they the players that Newcastle are interested in if it's a player plus cash deal? You get me? And if we're willing to do this player cash deal, yeah, why didn't we hijack the Douglas Luiz deal? Instead of going for Anana, because they're saying Anana, because look at this now. This is like the Kante and Xhaka situation all over again. You get me? They're saying Onana 50 million, yeah? But then Juve are paying what 22 million euros. Euros, not pounds as well, blood, yeah? And they're throwing in Dusty Westy McKinney and one next shoot, blood. You understand? So that is a better deal than going for a Nana for 50 million. You get me? Because if you got a Douglas Luiz and a Bruno Guimarães, brother, now you're cooking. Now you're starting to build a serious midfield with depth, blood. You get me? Because that's the thing. It's not just about having numbers. It's about having strength in numbers, blood. You understand? So when we turn, if something's going wrong on the pitch, when we turn to the bench, we got people that can come off the bench and make an impact, blood. You get me? Right now, we got man like flipping Lokonga, fucking Fabio Vieira, the other striker. These man ain't making no impact, blood. You get me? Smith Rowe don't get enough of a chance. Same with Reece Nelson. So them man there, you get me? Unfortunately, have to leave as well, blood. You understand? And it's that type of thing for me, blood. You get me? You need strength in numbers. In the goalkeeper area, you need one number one in it. In goalkeeper area, you need one number one. And the second goalkeeper needs to know that you're your second goalkeeper, blood. You get me? If number one's fit, then you get me. You're holding bench, blood. You understand? With outfield players, it's different. You get me? You can say to a player, yeah, you get me, first team, yep, that's our plan, sign him up and then bang. Tell him, yo, you got to fight for your place. I'm not going to lie. You got to fight for your place, bud. Because what we were doing, you get me? Unless it's a Bruno Guimarães, who would go straight into that midfield. You get me? A Douglas Luiz, who would go straight in. Zubamendi. Zubamendi, for me, would go straight in, but I don't think next season we will be winning the league title if we had a Zubamendi. You get me? I think if we had a Zubamendi, it's another year. You get me? It's a year for him to adapt to it's going to take a year for him to get to know the Premier League, the pace, the power of it. And then the next year is when, all right, cool, he's settled, bang, you get me? If we got a Bruno or Douglas Luiz, then it's this year. A Fofana is this year. And Onana would be like 2 years. You get me? Because when I was watching the Belgium game, I wasn't impressed, bro. You get me? I weren't impressed, blood. Like at Everton, there's no pressure. There's not a lot of eyes on you. You can make an error and get away with it. You can have a bad game and it will go under the radar. You get me? When you're playing for Belgium in the Euros, blood, everybody's watching, blood. Everybody and their mother, you get me? And when you're getting linked to Arsenal, all the Arsenal fans are going to want to see how you play in that game, blood. You get me? And you didn't pull down no trees, blood. You understand? And if they're saying, like I said, 50 million for Onana, yeah, that is fucking ridiculous, blood. You understand? That is absolutely ridiculous, bro. You get me? Absolutely ridiculous. How can you say 50 million for Onana, but then the same price for Douglas Luiz, blood? You get me? A Brazil international who actually does his thing, bro. You get me? Onana don't really do his thing, blood. You understand? I like Onana, pause. You get me? But for me, he would be cover. He's better than Lokonga and them, man, there. No doubt. Because Lokonga's not even in the fucking Belgium squad. You get me? Onana's starting. You understand? So he is better. than Lokonga, but you get me. When it comes to playing in an Arsenal midfield, I don't think he's ready, blood. You understand? I don't think he's ready, bro. You get me? I like Onana. He can bully teams as well, which we've been missing. Yeah, but you can get that with Bruno Guimarães, blood. Bruno Guimarães is going to bully teams, bro. Look how he bullied us. Bruno Guimarães is an aggressive Brazilian. Bruno Guimarães is like a Dunga. You get me? I don't know if you don't know about Dunga. You get me? Dunga is probably Casemiro's idol, blood. You get me? Man like Dunga. You get me? And just a clamp man in the midfield. But he never really got yellow claws. He was just clamping man cleanly. You get me? But he would just bang, bang, bang. You understand? You couldn't get no change out of him, blood. You get me? You can get that with a Bruno. You understand? Plus, you get the technical ability of Bruno as well, blood, which Onana doesn't have. You get the speed and the guile of Bruno, blood. You get me? Bruno can get an assist. Bruno can get a goal. Onana's not getting no assists or no goals, blood. You get me? I'm going to bring up flipping Onana's stats, yeah? So Bruno, 37 games, 7 goals, 8 assists, yeah? And Bruno is... How old is Bruno? Bruno's 26, yeah? I think Onana's 22. Let me get Onana. I think Onana's 22. Yeah, Onana's 22. So he's younger. That's why I said couple years. 30 games, 2 goals. 2 goals, bro. You get me? 2 goals, blood. Bruno got 7 goals and 8 assists, blood. You understand? Bruno got 15 goal involvements, blood. You understand? 15 GNA. You get me? Goals and assists. 15 GNA in the league, blood. You get me? You got 1 assist in the Champions League. 1 assist in the FA Cup. You get me? So what are we saying? 10 assists, 7 goals. You get me? All competition. My man got 2 goals, blood, in 30 games, fam. And he played less games than Bruno. Bruno don't get injured, blood. You understand? And that's the thing. Bruno don't get injured, blood. You get me? Very true. He was a great player, is what you should have said, blood. He was a great player, but a shit coach. And Bruno don't get injured. Bruno don't get injured, blood. You understand? Bruno is there. You get me? Bruno is ready. Bruno is proven. You get me? Onana's not proven, blood. You understand? When you're saying 50 million, you get me? You need to, you understand, have something about you. You get me? Like, with, you see Havertz, I work with the Havertz thing, yeah? But with Havertz, the Bayer Leverkusen thing is what saved his club. Is what everyone was going back to. Oh, but look at him at Bayer Leverkusen. He was bedded the next Ozil. We can clearly see he's on the next Ozil, blood. You get me? But all of that talk when he went to Chelsea, you understand? And that's what saved Havertz. With Onana, we haven't seen that yet. You get me? We've seen, you understand, a few games where, you understand, whereas Havertz at Leverkusen, he was cooking. You get me? Now you look at Havertz as well now. He's doing his thing. You get me? With Onana, I don't think that's the right signing, blood. You get me? I don't think that's the right signing. The Bruno signing, that is it, blood. You understand? That is the signing, blood. We should be moving for him, Fofana. You know what I mean? Because you can even bring in him and a Fofana, because Fofana's cheap. You understand? Fofana's cheap. These man, just not worrying about the next season, blood. You understand? Stop worrying about what we're gonna do in the January window and the next window. Fuck that. Buy what we need now, blood. Because if you add to what we have, we're cool. The squad is young. You get me? We don't have an aging squad. It's not like we're gonna have to go out and buy even more players next season. If we just actually go out there and just go, cool, you know what? We're gonna go bang, bang, bang. Done. You get me? Don't worry about the next season, blood. No one will moan. No Arsenal fan will moan, because we know that this will be like, all right, the squad's ready. Squad's ready. Unless somebody leaves, somebody goes, and we'll win me. Somebody goes out, bang. We'll bring someone into the club. Unless that happens, boom, we have our squad now for 3 years. Let's go and let's go and win some trophies. You understand? 3-4 years, the squad is, you get me? Because when you look at the age of the players, blood, Saka's 22, Martinelli 23. These man are young, blood. You get me? These man, I got time on their side. Choose, what do you think of Zubimendi? I think Zubimendi's a baller. You get me? But with Zubimendi, We're not going out and winning the league next season if we go and sign Zubamendi, blood. Zubamendi's going to need a year to adapt to the Premier League, get up to speed, the power, the intensity, all of that. He's gonna need a season. So next season, we you get me? If we sign Zubamendi, I know, all right, cool. We're not winning the league, blood. You get me? That won't win us the league this year, blood. This coming season. You get me? That's not winning us the league, blood. If you got a Zubamendi, because they're saying like what 50 million for Zubamendi as well. You get me? That's what I'm saying. Look, Zubamendi, I'd rather Zubamendi than Onana. Because they're both the same price. Yeah, they're both around the same price. Yeah. But Zubamendi's a baller. You get me? He's a baller. You understand? So the style of our play, it won't be difficult for him to adapt to it. You get me? Well, he will just boom. It's the Premier League itself what he will have to adapt to. He'll need a year. Then after that year, bang, we're cooking. You get me? But he's a baller, blood. I rate Zubamendi. It's at 4:22 a.m. in Colorado. Yo, big up the Colorado, massive, blood. You get me? Give us 90 mil, that Cheeto Kid and Tierney. You got a deal that would allow us spend some more this summer. We can replace Bruno, not Isak. Man said 90 mil, Cheeto and Tierney. You're fried. You're fried. You're fried, blood. You're fried. You are fried, blood. You are absolutely fried. You get me? You are absolutely fried, blood. And it looks like Cheeto's going to flip him Bayern, blood. You get me? It's looking like Cheeto's going Bayern, blood. So, boy, you know what I mean? Real talk. Honestly, troops, when I first heard that Douglas Luiz rumor, I was shouting at my computer like it was Edu, asking myself how we can't do such a deal like Juve, and yet we have better players to swap. Bro, it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous, blood. It is ridiculous. When I saw that news break, I said, what? 22 million euros, blood. And then man added in Weston McKinney and some next Dusty U. And then we're sitting here. We can't say that, all right, cool, here, take Fabio Vieira. You get me? Boom, take Smith Rowe. Because if that's what it takes, then cool, we have to do it. You get me? Don't want to do it. Don't want to give them players. Fabio Vieira, I don't mind. But I don't want to give them a Smith Rowe. But if that's what it takes to get Douglas Luiz to the carpet, then fucking do it, blood. You get me? Like, we're in a better position right now than what Juventus are, blood. You get me? We're the more attractive outfit. So if we go in for Douglas Luiz, bro, his head will turn and be like, yo, I can stay in England as well, you know. Premier League's a better league than Serie A, blood. Like, come on, man. You get me? Man said Troops is in desperate need of a barber. Blood, I'm not going nowhere. You get me? That's why my hairline is still 30 at 36 years old, and certain men are going China. Not China, sorry. Turkey at 21 years old. You get me? So don't watch me, blood. You understand? When I get my trim better than everybody and their mother. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with their man there? Watching from Tanzania, Africa. I've been watching you troops since you started YouTube. Much love. Come on, big up the African massive, blood. Especially the Tanzania massive. You get me? Chiesa would be perfect right wing for Saka, rotational player, but that would never happen. I don't think Chiesa would settle for playing that role, blood. You get me? I think Chiesa would definitely want to start, blood. You understand? I think man said flipping China. Yeah, I meant flipping Turkey, blood. So you're a bit behind still. You're gonna see that when I see your comment. But Yeah, Chiesa, I don't feel it. Yeah, nah. Chiesa, he's not gonna play second fiddle, bro. You get me? No chance, bro. You understand? He's more than capable of starting, blood. You get me? So that could never happen, blood. That's like saying, oh, okay, let's sign Barella, and then yeah, we're gonna have him as rotation. Nah, you get me? That man want to start week in, week out, blood. You understand? That man want to start week in, week out, blood. Big up from me's Gunner. He says Locatelli plays like Georgie. Allegri held him back. I haven't really heard a lot about Locatelli, you know, since like Euro 2020. You get me? So since like 2021 times, I ain't heard a thing about Locatelli, bro. I remember we were linked to him and he looked very, very good, blood. You get me? I was like, yeah, him, Partey, and Xhaka in the midfield. All right, cool. You get me? Or him, Partey. I think Odegaard was here. Was Odegaard here 2021? I think he was. Yeah, I think Odegaard was here 2021. But I think he was on loan. When did we sign Odegaard? Yeah, we were. When did we sign Odegaard again? Odegaard's been here 1, 2, 3, 3.5 years, isn't it? Yeah, he's been here 3.5 years. He's done 3 seasons. Yeah, because the season we bottled fourth was his first full season. Then when we bottled the title, and then this year. So yeah, 3.5. Yeah, so he was here, but he was on loan. You get me? But I rated Odegaard. I remember certain man was saying Madison. I was saying nah, Odegaard. You get me? I was saying Odegaard, blood. But yeah, when we were linked to Locatelli, I was all for Locatelli, blood. But I haven't seen Locatelli play. I haven't heard anything about him. He's not even. I don't think he started in the Italy game. Barella was cooking as usual, so I'm not sure, blood. Juventus fans say all Allegri's play style was horrendous and stunted his growth. Arteta can maximize his potential. I don't know, man. Not a lot of Italians have ain't really a lot of Italians that have done too well in the Premier League, you know. It's only like who? Zola, Vialli. I don't think Jorginho's done all right, but like they haven't done what like the South American players have done their thing. You get me? The African players have done their thing. You get me? Like that man ain't really. You get me? The German players have come over here and done their thing. When I think of Italian players in the Premier League, I'm like, I don't think the Premier like I remember what's his name? Aquilani went Liverpool. He fell on his face. Who like I don't think the Italians, yeah. I think Barella could the only one I think is Barella and Bastoni because they're aggressive. You get me? Out of the new gen. But Ravanelli, how can I forget Ravanelli, blood? Yeah, but look, it's that time, and yeah, Jorginho's Brazilian, but he plays for Italy, innit? But he's Brazilian born. But yeah, you'd have to go back to that time, blood. Benito Carbone, he was a baller. Sheffield Wednesday, Di Canio. But look where we're going. We're going far back when I was a kid. Di Matteo, all these men when I was a kid. You understand? Vicario, but we'd see how he does next season. Is a Doge Italian? They too relaxed and don't get used to the culture. Dead food and we don't grow nice tomatoes here. They always taste so dead. But that's the thing. You have to go back to the old gen. You get me? Tonali was looking good. until he got banned. He was looking good. Balotelli done all right. He didn't light up the place, innit? He lit up his yard. You get me? He lit up his yard, fam. He done it. He done okay. You get me? The Argentinians have done their thing. Them man have done their thing. Them man have put there. Yeah, them man have done their thing. Trying to think who else, blood. It's not really a lot, blood. The Italians probably. The French have done their thing. The French have been woyoy. You get me? They were on crud. Now it's like, now I'm like, who's the most? What foreign influx do we have the most in the Premier League? Now. What is there a lot of? The Spanish have done their thing as well. I'm trying to think. Where's it? What we got a lot of? There's not a lot of Italians. There's a couple Germans. Yeah, it's probably Brazilians, you know. It's probably Brazilians still. Brazilians and Portuguese. There's enough Africans as well. Belgians. There's a couple. Couple Belgians still. Couple Belgians, blood. You get me? But before we get sidetracked, Conor Gallagher, blood. Conor Gallagher, people. Now, them man again. The Evening Standard. Let me get it. There it is. Arsenal and Man United join Tottenham in Conor Gallagher race. So the Standard is saying that Arsenal and Man United could now join the race for Conor Gallagher. The England midfielder's Stamford Bridge future is currently subject to intense speculation as he enters the final 12 months of his contract, with initial reports that Chelsea were willing to sell their popular academy graduate for around 50 million since giving way to suggestions that they could yet offer an extension. Atletico Madrid have been linked with a bid for Gallagher this week, while long-term suitors Tottenham are also expected to make another move after initial talks held by Aston Villa. But Spanish outlet AS claim that Arsenal and Man United are also interested in a potential deal for the 24-year-old this summer. Now, Gallagher, for me, I used to troll Gallagher, blood. You get me? But he's kind of grown on me, like a bad, he's kind of, you get me? I kind of watch him and I'm like, I think Gallagher should be starting in the England team, blood. You get me? I've said that Gallagher should start in the England team. But 50 million, nah, that's a bit mad still. You get me? It's English tax. That's why it's 50 million. It is English tax, you understand? But for me, that fee's a bit mad, blood. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not involved in that, bro. You get me? He's better than if he like cover as well. Let me get that in as well. You get me? I'm not saying we sign him as that guy, you get me, to come into the midfield and Rice, Gallagher, and Odegaard. Nah, ain't that blood. But cover, if they said like 30 mil or we swap him and Lokonga, yeah, I'd do that, blood. You understand? I think cover, that'll be a good deal, but he's not gonna want to come in as cover, blood. You get me? He's gonna wanna go into the starting 11, and you can't go into the starting 11, blood. You get me? In England, you can. You understand? Because we ain't really got no one in the centre midfield. You get me? Right now. You understand? When Kobe is a bit more experienced and more aware of the ball in the positional sense, then I think it's obviously Rice and Kobe. But for now, it should be Rice and Gallagher. But that's for England. You get me? England and Arsenal are two different things, blood. You get me? And when they're saying that we're plotting, yeah, I repeat, plotting, yeah, to sign, to make a move, sorry, for Bruno Guimarães, player plus cash deal. I ain't on this Gallagher thing. You get me? Like, I don't get the obsession or the it's like a fetish, bro. You get me? It's like a fetish now where we have to go and buy Chelsea players, blood. You get me? Chelsea players that their career ain't going nowhere, blood. You get me? Their career is either on the down or they're just trotting along. You get me? We're not going for the ones like, you get me? For example, a Casado. You understand? Or who else, blood? I'm trying to think. Or a Cole Palmer. You get me? We're going for man that are just going meow, or they're just going duk 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 duk. You get me? Because Havertz, to be fair, was going like that, yeah. But Arteta saved him. You understand? Gallagher's just going duk duk duk. He's just trotting along. You get me? He ain't going there. Pause. He ain't going there. Pause. He's just there. Duk 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 duk. Trotting along, blood. You get me? He's just that. I don't see those. You get me? I think he's reached his ceiling, blood. This is his ceiling. You get me? There's no more. You understand? Even if there was a lift that he could jump in, there's no more. There's no more elevation, blood. You get me? There's no escalators. There's nothing, blood. You're just there now, bro. Just trotting along. Duk 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 duk. You understand? So 50 million for that, you're having a laugh, blood. You get me? You're having a laugh, bro. You understand? This ain't save a whole club. You understand? We saved Havertz. That's it, blood. We ain't saving no more holes. You get me? We are not them guys, blood. You understand? We're not in the club picking up all them girls twerking. You get me? And that's not us, blood. You understand? Nope, that's not us, blood. We need to. You get me? That better just be a rumor. You understand? I take it with a pinch of salt. You get me? Because it's if Ornstein or Fab tweeted that or done an article on that or done a video on that, then I'd be like, oh my days, are you lot serious, blood? Like when they started dropping the Havertz thing, I was like, what? What are we doing here, blood? Like what? This can't be possible. This can't be true. This can't be happening, bro. You get me? But I'll have the same reaction, the exact same reaction as I'm having now, bro. You get me? I won't be happy, Brad. You get me? That's not a signing that's gonna move me. That's not moving me nowhere, bro. That's getting me angry. You understand? We don't need to be saving any more Chelsea players, blood. There are so many players on the market. There are so many players available. Yeah. You're telling me 50 million for Conor Gallagher when you can get Fofana for like 35 million. What are we doing? Seriously. Who's in control? Who's in charge? Who's making these ridiculous decisions? You understand? Because if we sign Conor Gallagher, bro, for 50 million, bro, brother, we are not serious. We are not serious one bit. When you have other players available who are better and cheaper, yeah, better and cheaper, yeah, we need to move correctly. Yeah, we can't be slipping. Yeah, this can't be the Kante and Xhaka all over again. Yeah, where we make the wrong move and it cost us. Yeah, it cost us because if we went for Kante, different thing. we probably win that league title that year. We probably win that league title because what we was missing out on was a midfielder, yeah, of that quality, yeah, to allow Ozil to like just go free reign. You understand? That's what hurt, man, blood. You get me? He would have protected that defense, bro. You understand? Mertesacker was injured majority of that season. We had fucking Mustafi, blood. You get me? He started off all right, then he just went, you get me? Kante would have been protecting him. You understand? Xhaka couldn't do that. You get me? It could have been so different, blood. I don't want to see the same mistake made again because I've seen these mistakes made, blood, by previous boards. Yeah? By fucking Ghazi, that's the dickhead. Yeah? Not even Edu. You understand? I said yesterday, is it me or do our board mentality stay the same no matter who is in charge? So when Gazidis was in charge, they were doing some stupidness. When Edu's in charge, they're doing stupidness. Why? How can you change the employee, but the mentality is still the same? You still move the same. You understand? Everything's still dumb. You get me? Like, I'm more pissed off not at us not signing players because the Euro's on. So every target that I've heard that we're interested in is playing at the Euros. So you're not going to get a deal done until their country, it's not their team, their country is kicked out or win it. You get me? So I'm not mad at that. What I'm getting agitated at is the fact that there's no movement on the outgoings. There's no noise on the outgoings. All of the players we want to sell, apart from Zinchenko. Who's that Euros that we want to sell? Zinchenko, maybe Ramsdale. What? That's it? Them two? Every other player is not at the Euros, is available for discussions. You get me? They're available, bro. There's no, you got to wait until their country's eliminated or win the World Cup, Euro, sorry, None of that. Yo, we want such and such. Cool. Let me call him and tell him that. Why are we not doing that, bro? Why is the outgoings not happening? You understand? That's what's getting me agitated, is the outgoing situation. Because we can get them deals done. You get me? We can get outgoings done. We can sell the players, bro. The transfer window's open. Nearly been open for a week. You get me? Like, we need to get a move on the outgoings, bro. You get me? Because I also heard that what determines what we'll do in the market is who goes. You get me? So whoever we can get rid of, that will determine who we can bring into the team, blood. You understand? So we need to start get a move on, blood. You get me? We need to start getting a move on because I don't want to start the season and the squad ain't fully ready, blood. You get me? I want the squad to be ready when we go America. When we go when we go to LA and Philly, I want the squad to be ready. So when we go over there for that training pre-season period, I want the whole squad to be ready, blood. You get me? And then if we get one more addition, like a late one, maybe on deadline day, maybe towards the end of the transfer window, cool. But I want the main players, the full squad, the majority, ready and going to America, blood. You get me? Because we did that last season and you saw that benefited us. You get me? Kai was there. Dex was there. Timber was there. They were all there, blood. You get me? We need to do that again, bro. You understand? We need to do that again. Make sure everyone is all done and dusted. You get me? Because when you make them late, if we bring in 3 players late, it's gonna take them time to get me integrate into the squad, the training methods, the style of play, all of that, blood, the culture, all of that, blood. You get me? Like, unless they're from Premier League, where all they have to do is adapt to be an Arsenal player. That's it, basically. You get me? You know how the Premier League is. You can play in the Premier League. You're good to go. You understand? But the players that we've been linked with, there's a couple foreign players, but a couple players that don't play in the Premier League. You get me? Fofana's in Liga. What's his name? Dovbeck. the Ukrainian brother. He's in Serie A. So you understand? We have to, you get me? Make sure that them signings are done early. So they've got enough time. You understand? With Premier League players, it's a lot easier. The Premier League ones, you can, I mean, if we make a late move for a Bruno, if the Bruno Guimarães thing with the rumors, if that was to happen, but it took like a while and it dragged, and you get me, it was more late in the window when that one went through. That one's cool because Bruno's just gonna bang, you get me. He knows the Arsenal style of play. He's, you get me, if that's gonna happen, he's probably been talking to Martinelli, Magalhaes at the Brazil camp. You get me? Like Jesus is there. He's fine. He's gonna, you know, that's cool. If you do that with a Fofana, a Dovbek, it's gonna be a bit different, bro. You get me? It's gonna be a bit different. You understand? It's gonna take them a little more time. Like they don't even know the players. Like hopefully if we were to sign that Dovbek guy, hopefully Crybaby ain't here, blood. So he's gonna come here and not know no one. At least with Fofana, he'll know Saliba, blood. You get me? He'll pull up and be like, cool, you know what? Man knows Saliba. You get me? I got Saliba here. Man's good, bro. You get me? Whoops. Man's good, bro. You get me? You understand? We have to make sure everything is in check, in order, ready to go. You get me? When August 17th comes, Wolves at home at the Emirates. First team, the starting 11 that Arteta wants, it needs to be there on the 17th of August, blood. You get me? Remember, deals take time as well, blood. You understand? You know the way we are as well. The team will be like, okay, we want 8. Let's say 80 million. Yeah, we'll go there. Okay, here's 50 million, and we'll give you 5 million next year. We'll give you 10 million the year after, and then we'll give you 10 the year after that, blood. You get me? Bare foolishness, blood. You understand? We won't go there and be like, okay, cool. These men have said they want this. They want this amount for the player. Okay, cool. Here's this amount, blood. Yeah, here's this amount. Can we talk to the player? Boom, bang, bing. Deal done. You get me? Arsenal don't move like that. Arsenal wanna penny pinch. You get me? And make the deal go on and on and on and on and on and on. You get me? We have to move active. We have to move quick. You understand? We can't be sitting there and yeah, we'll offer you 60 million. Yeah, the week after, yeah, we'll offer you 65 million. Yeah, the week after, yeah, we'll offer you 70 million. Bro, that's what they were doing with Rice, bro. That was pissing me off because I knew as soon as we went there, the worst one that pissed me off with Rice was when we went there with 90 million? I was like, nah, these men are trying to take the piss, bro. These men are trying to take the piss. And then I got people telling me, oh, this is how negotiations happen, troops. What? These men have stated they are not dropping the price. This is the price. If you want the player, this is the price. Yeah? This is how much. Yeah? Boom. These men again, 95 million. Then City put a bid. I said, oh my days, City are gonna swipe it, blood. They're gonna swipe us like Tinder. We're gonna get swiped, blood. Then Fabrizio pulled up and said, nah, Arsenal fans, you're cool. The Rice deal will happen as soon as Arsenal give West Ham what they want. And then guess what happened as soon as we gave them what they want? They allowed us access to talk to Declan Rice, blood. And then the deal got done. Bang. You get me? And the deal didn't even get done because we were sitting there for like a week, 8 days, yeah? We all saw the picture of Rice with the Arsenal top, yeah? We also, you know the picture when he's on the Arsenal top and he's got the flag over him. He's got the big flag over him. We saw the picture, blood, yeah? We saw the fucking picture, bro, yeah? And it still took a fucking 8 days for them to announce, bro. It still took 8 days to announce, bro. What the fuck is wrong with these, man? Why can't they just do the... What's the problem? Every other club do the deal. I remember, yeah, I think the Casado deal got done before us. Because I swear, Casado was going Liverpool. Chelsea just went whoop. And then even that deal got done before we announced Rice, bro. And we were, brother, I was sitting there like, yo, what the fuck is going? What are these man doing? Why are they not announcing the deal? What's the problem? We know he's number 41. We've seen the picture. He's signed. What are we delaying? What are we delaying? And then the announcement, it didn't even hit the way it hit, blood. It was supposed to hit. You understand? That signing was supposed to hit like crack in the 80s in Harlem, bro. It was supposed to hit like paid in full. Yeah? Money Mitch, Rico and them man there. Yeah? Ace Boogie. Yeah? It was supposed to hit. It didn't hit, blood. It didn't hit, blood. It was just like, all right, cool. There it is. You get me? They prolonged it so long that it just, you get me? The excitement was gone. You understand? The Aubameyang one was sick because it was last minute. You understand? We had to get the deal done quick. So you get me? As soon as the news broke, bang, it got announced. And they knew, like everyone was tweeting them, yo, you lot better do the, yo, Pierre, you want to come over here? Because Mickey's here and da-da. You lot better be. But then they fucked it as well because they used some bullshit background music. They should have used the real tune. You get me? It's like they were shook, blood. They still wanted that monetization. They don't need that monetization. You know how much money Arsenal got? How much billions they got, blood? You understand? But they're still here claiming monetization, worrying about monetization. What's wrong with these man? Big man thing. Big man thing, bro. You get me? And now we're just dilly-dallying on like I said, it's the outgoings, isn't it? The outgoings are winding me up, blood. You get me? Not gonna lie. Outgoings are winding me up, blood. You understand? Denmark, England tonight, people. Let's talk a little bit about Denmark, England, blood. You get me? England won 1-0 against Serbia. It was a, let's be real, it was a dead game, blood. The second half, anyway, was dead, blood. You get me? This was the starting 11. I'm going to share that. This was the starting 11 for that game. Pickford started in goal, as he normally does. There we go. Yeah, Pickford started in goal. Back four of Walker, Stones, Gay, and Trips. Midfield was Trent and Rice, and then it was a three of Saka, Bellingham, Foden, and Harry Kane was up top. Now, when the lineup dropped, I didn't want Trippier at left back. You get me? Even before the lineup dropped, I wanted Joe Gomez at left back, blood, because Shaw's injured. So I was saying, play Joe Gomez. He's been one of the best left backs in the league this year. He played better than Robertson. You understand? So I was disappointed when I saw him sticking with Trippier, showing this loyalty. Like, bro, he's not a left back, blood. You understand? Like, if he's not playing right back, he should be on the bench, blood. It's simple as, isn't it? You get me? I was happy with Mark Gay starting. He's one that I said should start. That was the centre-back pairing that I was saying, like, I want to see Stones and Gay. So I had no problem with that. Trent and Rice, I wasn't with that. I'm not going to lie. I don't think Trent in the midfield works. And we clearly saw that, blood. You get me? He looked lost, blood. You get me? Positioning was all off. It takes more than being a good passer to play in the midfield. You get me? You have to be aware. You have to be positionally bang on. You have to have some defensive awareness in your game. Trent don't really have that, blood. You get me? Going forward, he's fantastic. Passing, ridiculous. But you get me? As a midfielder, we saw that didn't work. But you get me? The way they were talking after the game, it's like Trent was saying they've been working on this for a year, blood. And if you've been working on this for a year, blood, God help you, blood. You get me? Like, how the fuck you been working on this on a year and it still looks so shit? You get me? Please tell me. Man said they've been working on him, Holland, and Southgate been working on this for a year. A fucking year, blood. And that's what we witnessed after a year of working on it, yeah? The Southgate guy's even more shit than I thought, blood. You get me? But that didn't work. And I wanted Gallagher in the midfield. I wanted Rice and Gallagher. You understand? The three in front is what I wanted. I did go with Saka, Jude, and Foden. Foden was piss poor, blood, to say the least, blood. You get me? He was piss poor all game, anonymous. His touch was off. Even when he was drifting into the middle, he still wasn't having an effect on the game, blood. You get me? When Jude was feeding him paws, when he was making them runs into the box, normally he's cold on the half turn. Man are saying he's a system player. I didn't say that. Man City fans are starting to say there's a big argument on Twitter. I was just sitting there eating my popcorn. You understand? Loving life, blood. You get me? Because Bukayo blood clot Saka, the star boy, you get me? Done what he had to do, blood. You get me? Man, no one ain't cussing Saka, blood. You understand? Saka's nice. You know what I mean? Jude Bellingham, you get me? He done what he had to do, got the winning goal. You understand? Clutch. Guys, clutch, blood. You get me? Jude haters in the mud. You get me? Cry more. Cry blood clot more. You understand? And then Harry Blaine, blood. You get me? Harry Blaine, because he was missing, blood. You get me? Magician settings, bro. Missing. You understand? Man said he's playing the Haaland role. You get me? Absolutely piss poor, blood. You understand? Amount of times that Saka was putting the ball into the box. I'm seeing Foden in there. I'm seeing Jude in there. I'm not seeing Harry Kane, blood. Harry Kane's on the fucking halfway line, bro. You get me? Like, I do not understand like how he can have such little involvement when you want to be so heavily involved in the game. You get me? It was an absolutely shocking performance from Kane. One of his worst in an England shirt. You get me? Maybe, you get me? He's still hanging paws from his last tournament. You get me? Because Qatar, when he sent the ball back to London, you understand? Maybe he's still, you get me, got the hangover from that, blood, because he was absolutely fucking shocking. He had a good season for Bayern Munich. We're not saying nothing about that. But for England, you get me? Maybe he's shook now, fam. You understand? And for me, if he wasn't the captain and the previous dirt that he's done, he'd get dropped. I'd drop his clout. You get me? I would drop his clout. If I was manager, I'd drop him, bro. And I'd go with Tony or Watkins. You understand? Because he was offering nothing, blood. Nothing. He was so anonymous, bro. You understand? So anonymous, blood. I'm surprised I never saw him on my milk in the morning. You get me? Pause. Harry Kane missing. You get me? What saved him is that, blood. You understand? So the lineup I would go with is Pickford in goal. Walker weren't even that good at right back, blood. You understand? I'm not gonna lie. And I was saying on the pod, I said keep Walker at right back, but now I'm saying Trent goes to right back. So it'd be Pickford, Trent. I'd keep Stones and Gay. I think Gay was absolutely fantastic, bro. You get me? I think he was our best defender. You understand? Against Serbia, blood. And you get me? I'm seeing rumors that we're linked to Gay. I'm all for that, blood. You get me? Because obviously there's rumors that Kiwi or AC Milan are looking at him. Juventus are looking at him. He might return back to Serie A. If we went out and got Gay, I'm cool with that, blood. We can sell Kiwi. Left back, if Shaw's not fit, then Joe Gomez, blood. You get me? Because I never saw no overlapping from Kieran Trippier, bro. Man got to halfway line and that was it, bro. You get me? Foden was shit, but he never had no support as well, blood. You get me? So I will say that. The midfield, obviously, Trent is at right back. So I've already said it. I think Gallagher and Rice should start in the midfield. The three, I would obviously keep Saka, keep Bellingham, and I'd bring in Cole Palmer. Now, some people would stick with Foden. Some people would put Anthony Gordon. I'm putting Cole Palmer, blood. You get me? I see a couple clips of him playing on the left for Man City, and you get me? I'm going with Cole Palmer. You get me? Let's get him in the side, blood. And then Harry Kane, you better not be doing no Harry Blaine business. You get me? Because if you come with that foolishness again, third game, Southgate, captain or not, you need to be dropped, blood. You get me? Because you did nothing. absolutely nothing, bro. You understand? Like, you was missing beyond belief, blood. You get me? So if you don't fix up and look sharp, shout out Dizzy Rascal every damn blood clot time. Legend in this thing. You're getting drop blood. You get me? You are getting drop blood. You understand? If we pick the lineup that I said, I think we win. I think we win 2-0. I think we win 2-0, bro. You get me? I think we win 2-0. If Southgate picks one of his lineups, I think 1-1. I think 1-1. You get me? Denmark ain't a joke. You understand? They took us all the way last Euros. Euro 2020 took us all the way to extra time. You get me? In the semi-final. So these men ain't no dickheads, blood. You understand? Hoyland, he's gonna want to dunk on them, definitely. Dunk on the English, you get me? After all the trollery and what's happened to him, you get me, this season. So you get me? Southgate, don't fuck about, blood. You understand? Make sure you do the right thing. And you get me? Pick the right lineup. And let's go into the next round of the Euros, blood. You get me? Because we win tonight, we're through. We can make changes in the third game. You get me? That's what you want. You want to rest your big hit. You want your big hitters to have a little rest before you go into the knockout stages. You get me? Because then knockout stage football, you know what that is, blood. You get me? You don't win, you're out. You understand? Out like pride, bro. Brighton settings, blood. You get me? But big up everybody that tuned in, blood. You understand? Make sure you like the thing. Make sure you share the thing. Subscribe to the Blood Clot thing. I'll be back later. I'll be back in like an hour and a half, blood. You get me? First watch along in a day. What's the first one today? What is the first one today, blood? So the first one today is Slovenia, Serbia. Then obviously the big one, Denmark, England, and then Italy. No, sorry, Spain, Italy, blood. You get me? So we got the Euros covered today, all day on Troops TV. So make sure you pull up, blood. You get me? You lot know the vibes. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in an hour and a half, blood.